Let's talk about why you finally need to let go and stick to no contact. And I don't mean this weak version of no contact where you've been kind of staying away, but then drunk texting her at 2 a.m. I'm talking about completely cutting her off so you can level up your life. Because that voice in your head telling you that she's the best you can do is a complete lie. She's not the hottest or the highest quality woman you'll ever meet, but you won't find better until you shut this door completely. So with that said, I'm going to explain some powerful concepts about how your brain is actually working against you right now and why you need to understand this to truly move forward, stick to no contact, and rise up to a new level in your life. So getting right to it, what's really happening in your mind right now is that your brain is lying to you. While you're thinking that this girl is irreplaceable, every other man sees her for what she is. She's just another woman, nothing special. And the reality is that you're going through withdrawal. Every time you break no contact, you're an addict getting another hit. And this isn't just some metaphor. The pain, the relief, the drama, your brain is literally wired to crave that cycle. And when relationships are volatile, your brain produces higher levels of bonding hormones during makeup periods, just like a drug addict's brain becomes rewired to the substance. And every time you break no contact, you just continue to strengthen those pathways and you program yourself to stay weak and dependent. So to counteract this, you have to realize that your feelings aren't reflecting reality. Just because you feel something doesn't mean it's accurate or that you need to act upon it. Just because I feel the urge to do something doesn't mean it's the right thing to do or what's going to serve my goal the best. And it requires me to actively enforce discipline and make the right choice according to what I know is best for me and my goals. So it's important to clarify something. No contact isn't about being weak, it's about being strategic. It's about creating the space you need to reset your mind and come back even stronger. You want to think of it like a tactical retreat. You're not running away, you're just repositioning yourself for a better future. But one of the most enlightening things about this cycle is realizing that you're not actually addicted to the woman, it's the drama, the intensity with this woman, the toxic cycles of highs and lows. You're thinking that the intensity of this situation must mean that it's real love, but you're wrong. Your brain is just hooked on the unpredictability of what's next and never knowing when she'll give you attention or cut you off. It's the same way slot machines work and keep people addicted. The randomness keeps you pulling that lever, hoping for the next hit. And that's exactly what keeps you trapped. It's not that this situation is just blissful love and you're losing something perfect for you. You're simply addicted to the drama because you haven't been out of the situation long enough to gain full clarity. And this is why dramatic situations can feel like passion if you don't know what a healthy version of passion actually feels like. So when you break no contact, you go back into this cycle and it keeps you addicted to this intensity. And it'll prevent you from developing healthy relationship standards because you're essentially chasing these dramatic highs over and over again. That's one of the reasons why no contact is crucial and so beneficial. It helps reset your brain's reward system and it gives you time to distinguish between real connection and drama. In other words, it allows you time and space to see the situation and the woman clearly, and without that clarity, you'll never be able to fully move on. And this addiction creates something even more dangerous, which is a false narrative and a veil of illusion that tells your mind that you'll never do any better. You'll keep having these thoughts that this girl was the hottest girl you'll ever get, and you guys had so much in common, and you'll never find a girl that you click with like that again. Your addicted brain attaches itself to a false narrative that you'll just never do better. But we have to be logical about this for a second. And you have to understand that these thoughts aren't based in reality. They're withdrawal symptoms, and your brain will tell you anything to try and get its fix. So what feels like a deep connection is often just familiar pain. Your old patterns and traumas making toxic feel comfortable. But every time you break no contact, you strengthen these false beliefs even more. And most guys just stay trapped because they're afraid of the unknown. It's like staying inside of a burning building because you don't want to go outside because it's cold out there. But you have to understand that there are literally over 1 billion women between the ages of 18 to 35. And the reason I mention that demographic is that most guys that watch this channel are in their 20s, 30s, or 40s and are dating women mainly in that age bracket. But if you expand outside of that, it's even more. So do you really think that you can't find hundreds, if not thousands of hotter, high quality women who are a better fit for you? I mean, you know that's nonsense. And maybe you had plans to even marry this woman. Maybe in your mind you've built a whole future around this woman. Or hell, maybe you actually did marry her. And now it feels like letting go and losing part of your identity in a way. But you need to realize that every day you stay stuck in that identity, you're preventing yourself from becoming who you are actually capable of being. And yeah, of course, you invested time and effort, but that investment is in the past now. And the only question is, how much more of your life are you willing to waste? And in a similar vein, another trap here is sunk cost fallacy. It's a dangerous one because it's one of the easiest traps to fall into in your mind, but you can't let it determine your direction in life or your decisions. The truth is that you're actually robbing yourself of a better future by staying invested in a past that isn't serving you anymore. And you have to put the past aside in your mind, focus on the present, and truly ask yourself if you are happy in the here and now, and if this woman is actually worth your time anymore. Now, personally speaking, the last long-term relationship I was in had run its course after 6 years, and I had this nagging feeling leading up to the end where I felt like I just couldn't fulfill my potential as a man if I stayed in that relationship. I had this feeling that I was capable of more, and I wasn't fulfilling my potential, and the lifestyle I was headed toward wasn't conducive to the life that I actually wanted to live. But even with that logical thought pattern, it was still hard to let that relationship go. But you can't create space for new opportunities while holding on to old situations. And sometimes you need things to fall apart in order to see the path ahead more clearly. But just because something was right for you in the past doesn't mean that it's right for you anymore. And you always have to keep that in mind. You can't actually bring a quality woman or quality people into your life when your mind is stuck in this swamp of the past. And here's something critical you need to understand as well. Every time you're checking her social media or hoping that she'll change or waiting for her to realize her mistake and come back, you're giving away your power as a man. You think you're maintaining control, but you're actually choosing weakness. You're choosing mediocrity over your actual potential. And the only way to regain your power is to completely let go. No halfway BS approach, because right now, you will never access the better opportunities ahead while you're still stuck obsessing over her. It's just that simple. The future you want requires complete separation from what's holding you back. And there's simply no halfway approach that works here. It is all or nothing. Now, I want to give you 3 tools to help you get through the no contact process, because you don't want to suppress your thoughts and feelings. You want to detox those emotions and gain clarity. So these are 3 simple yet powerful mental exercises that will keep you on track when your mind tries to sabotage you. The first is writing a purge letter. So write down everything you want to say to this girl, at least hypothetically. I mean, every damn thought you can think of. But the key here is that you never send it to her. This isn't about her, it's about getting that poison out of your system in a way that allows you to let all your thoughts loose without embarrassing yourself going on a rant at the girl or something. And really spend some time on this and dump every single thought out that you have. Now, the second one is a vision map, and this is really important to do. You want to write down what you could achieve without the emotional anchor of this woman dragging you down. So be very specific and take some time to really hash this out. You want to write down your career goals, your fitness goals, the type of women you want to date, and be specific in what those women look like, what they're into, etc. The vision map is your new direction essentially, and you want to focus on it every time you feel weak or tempted to break no contact. The third one is a reality check of who your ex actually is, rather than the thoughts of all the good old days or whatever memories your brain is telling you to focus on, rather than the truth of who she is. So you want to make a detailed list of every red flag, every way she stressed you out, and every way that she held you back. And keep this on your phone or on a piece of paper, whatever you prefer. And when your brain tries to romanticize the past, hit yourself with the cold hard truth. And these aren't just feel-good exercises. These are psychological weapons to keep you moving forward, so use them. And as long as these lists are based in reality, it will create a balanced perspective to remind yourself of the real situation at hand, and not an idealized one that your brain is making up. And there's a quote I heard that I like, and it goes along the lines of, letting go isn't giving up, it's leveling up. And that's how you need to think about the process of sticking to no contact and moving on once and for all. You're not giving up, you're leveling up. Now, with all that said, once you're serious about moving on and building that new life you envision, and you want to fast track the process to feeling truly confident and generating options and consistent dates with women, be sure to click the first link in the description of this video to fill out an application to work with me directly, and we can pour gas on the fire and get you to new heights that you haven't experienced before. And I will see you in the next one.